Zhe, understanding Wanbao, defended her. If Nan Xianwen says there's nothing, then there's nothing. Stop gossiping and let her sleep. Everyone obediently agreed. Just then, Shaylin entered saying, I'm back. Supporting Wanbao, Zhe said, it's 1 am already. You finally made it. Wanbao mumbled drowsily. We save food and meat for you. Go eat, it's delicious. Lin smiled bitterly. And Malita bit just as Lin sat down at the table. She received a call from Brother Liu at the management company, saying she must be at a specified location by 5 a.m. This advertisement deal was big and couldn't be delayed. Lin's voice was hoarse as she said it was already 1 a.m. and this afternoon hadn't even finished speaking when she was interrupted. You need to unconditionally obey company work arrangements. After this advertisement, there are 2 more schedules. Everyone wanted to keep Lin company while eating, but they saw her constantly on the phone. Deng Xinan advised her to eat quickly and deal with other matters afterward. Lin helplessly held her head in her hands, saying she was going crazy. Right after debut, Channel loaded her with work photo shoots, advertisements, live streams, videos. They treated her like a robot, not even letting her drink water. They said to stay active while the debut spotlight was hot. The sleepy Wanbao now deeply furrowed her brows. Team members spoke up one after another, questioning why right after debut. Not only denying food, but giving so much work late at night, asking how much they were paying her. 3 advertisements, about 50,000 after commission. 50,000, even before debut in my small company, I got hundreds of thousands for advertisements. Now it should be at least 6 figures, you're being exploited. What kind of black company is this? Zhaju pondered, saying Chungwi Entertainment was considered a second-tier company in the industry. The contract shouldn't be this exploitative. Huanbao told Lin to ask for help anytime. Lin, not wanting to trouble everyone, stood up saying it was fine for now and she needed to rest before getting up early. Nan Shengwan, watching the struggling Lin, began to formulate thoughts. The noise didn't affect Huanbao. When her biological clock hit, she got sleepy after eating. Team members were being exploited. The female general fiercely protected her own people. 3 days later, Wanbao was preparing for math college entrance exams when Lin's pleading voice came from outside. Can I rest for half a day? I already said I wasn't feeling well. Why must my schedule be so packed? Wanbao quickly went outside and saw Lin crying in the hallway. Lin said, Brother Liu, I'm human, I need rest. For several days, I've been sleeping less than 3 hours daily. Wanbao grabbed the phone. A man's voice came through. The swimsuit advertisement you must take. Come here in half an hour or I'll come get you myself. Lin looked at Wanbao with tears in her eyes. Wanbao spoke with an authoritative voice. Let people rest, can't you understand human language? The other party rudely replied. Who the fuck are you? Wanbao lectured. Chinuere, if you're so poor you need to exploit Shaolin alone, then there's no need for you to exist. The other party recognized Wanbao's voice, asking, are you in Shanghai? Then aggressively said, Shaolin, your wings have hardened. Wanna violate the contract. Just wait, Wanbao hung up and returned the phone. She asked Shaolin about the situation. Shaolin explained the company wanted her to shoot for sexy swimwear ads. She really didn't want to do it as it was too revealing. Moreover, she mentioned her past near-drowning experience and fear of water, but the agency ignored it and still wanted her to go to the swimming pool. Nan Xingwan waved her hand, saying, give me 10 minutes. She called internationally renowned stylist Jean Dashwai to inquire about the swimwear brand. Jean immediately dismissed it as trash, saying even the name was suggestive and disgusting. Wang Bao asked for dirt on the brand, and Jean, who admired Wang Bao, was willing to help. He said he'd contact people in the industry and send information in 5 minutes. Then Wang Bao called Cheng Shui. She asked about the Changyu investigation and said in 5 minutes she'd have dirt on the sexy swimwear brand to expose online with Changyu, then asked if it was expensive. Cheng Shui said buying trending topics would be costly and the brand would likely try to remove them. They could profit from this. If the other party doesn't remove it, small companies can't withstand the pressure. Break down the capital, enter the market, divide the pie, and they still wouldn't lose. Wanbao immediately ordered to expose them. She rubbed her shoulders, thinking that although she didn't fully understand many things, it didn't stop her from finding professionals to do professional work. Shaolin was nervous, saying, Nan Shangwan, helping me like this will cause you trouble, and they'll definitely use the contract against us. Wanbao smiled, saying it's fine, confidently stating, I won't let myself lose out. Shaolin, just wait to sign with Huan Lan later. The empire's first female general, crossing over to modern times as a celebrity queen, fiercely protecting her people while not losing out. She told Lin just wait to sign with Huan Lan later. Lin thanked Nanshin Lan but didn't understand why she was so certain. Then they heard shouting from outside. Lin, come out, we can still make it to the photo shoot. Lin panicked, wondering how Brother Liu arrived so quickly. Wanbao also received a text. All information had been synchronized online. Wanbao put away her phone and walked out saying, don't be afraid. Let's go see. Strange how this person got in. Shaolin guessed he must have bribed the security, saying he was from the artist team as he'd done this before. Outside, they saw the manager cursing that Shaolin had grown arrogant and was being a diva, asking if she wanted to breach the contract and pay penalties. He reminded Shaolin how the money he helped her earn these years supported her whole family. Shaolin's reaction was even worse after hearing this. Hearing this made her even angrier, retorting, "Search your conscience. How much money have you squeezed from me with your exploitative contracts? The money I earned working like a slave barely covered my mother's medical bills." Brother Liu continued arguing unreasonably. "That's because you don't work hard enough. The price has been the same all these years." Wambo couldn't listen anymore and stood directly in front of Shaolin. She asked contemptuously, "Is this the level of your manager? He's incompetent at getting good jobs and blames you." Shaolin nodded in agreement. "He's always like this." Manager Liu became furious, feeling disrespected by two vases. He tried to grab Shaolin, saying, "If you remain this stubborn, I won't give you any good resources anymore." A balding, greasy man appeared, calling out little Liu. "Let's talk this through." With arched eyebrows and triangular eyes, clearly full of bad intentions, he said, "Look, Shaolin is young but sensible. She even brought out Nan Xingwen, who debuted at 4 to meet with us." Nan Shangwon coldly scanned this greasy man whose appearance was nauseating. He was the owner of Sexy. He had impure thoughts. If Sha Lin shot this advertisement, other members could too. They were all beautiful and could be useful. He could have some fun. He reached out his sleazy fat hand to grab Wan Bao's hand. With his arched eyebrows and triangular eyes full of ill intent, the sexy swimwear pervert appeared. He delusionally tried to reach for Wan Dao with his lecherous hand, talking about Sexy's anticipated collaboration with Destiny Girl Group. Mutual benefits, increased exposure. "Let's get you both in the car and head to the swimming pool for the shoot." Liu made a phone call and beckoned behind him. Two burly men rushed towards Shaolin and Wandao. Shaolin screamed in fear, "Are you trying to kidnap us? I'm calling the police." Wambao smirked. She grabbed the greasy man's collar from behind. Using just 1/10 of her strength, she lifted him and threw him straight into the pool. Liu panicked and pointed at Wambao. Ordering, "Subdue her first," the two thugs reached for Wambao. Wambao executed a clean sweep kick, taking down both left and right. Liu collapsed to the ground in fear. Watching Nin Shanwen approach step by step, stammering, he asked, "You're hitting people, aren't you afraid of consequences? Aren't you afraid of defense?" Wambao grabbed his collar, snatched his phone, righteously declared, "This is self-defense." Then threw him into the pool too. Liu splashed around in the water, screaming for help. Wambao glanced at him. This villain couldn't even swim himself, yet foreshelled in. He deserved to drink some water. At that moment, the phone she had just taken received a message. "Come back quickly. The dirt is everywhere. Official inspectors have arrived and Qingdong Entertainment has stepped in." Sha Lin rushed over with her phone. Nansheng Wanluk, Chang Nguyen's sexy employee exploitation, dual contracts, use of toxic materials. It's all trending. Stock prices are plummeting and officials have intervened. Nansheng Wan said to call the police first and clean up the trash from the pool. She hadn't arranged for Chung Shwe to notify officials when her phone rang. Gu Beihuai called asking if Sha Lin's situation was handled. He mentioned contacting some acquaintances, making the official intervention more proper. Wanbao thanked him, saying as expected of a comrade, thinking so thoroughly. Gu Beihuai mysteriously said he had something important to give Wanbao and asked her to return to Somerville quickly. The Northern General and the movie star joined forces to perfectly resolve the girl group members' dispute. Their rich emotions were about to overflow. Gubiwa's childhood secret was discovered. After receiving her comrade's call, Wambao immediately returned to Somerville. But downstairs, she couldn't contact Gubiwa because the elevator was one per household. She had no choice but to take another route to her comrade's home. Without a doubt, she smoothly followed the strangely familiar route. Wambao was confused about this familiarity, unaware it was muscle memory from when she was drunk last time. Upon entering her comrade's home, the aroma of food wafted from the kitchen. Walking into the living room, Wambao was shocked by the scene. What was this setup? Gu Beihuai was trying to send away his childhood friend Saicho, who suspected Gu was hiding something and wanted to investigate his home. Suddenly, they saw someone jump in from the balcony. Looking closely, it was Wambao. He jumped up excitedly, being a die-hard Brick fan, called out enthusiastically. Wambao gestured excitedly, introducing himself as his fan, saying how much he loved him. But Gu Beihuai grabbed him by the collar and pulled him away. Gu Beihuai apologized to Wambao, saying he wanted to deal with him before picking her up. Sia Shou noticed Gu Beihui's displeased expression and wondered what he meant by dealing with him. Wambao seriously asked what he wanted to give her. Just then her stomach growled embarrassingly. Patting her stomach, she said pitifully, "Comrade, I'm hungry. I want to eat your cooking." Sayach tactlessly interrupted him, "Cook? If he can cook, I'll pluck the sun from the sky for you." He wanted to continue but was dragged away by Gu Beihuai to help in the kitchen. Moments later, the three launched their empty plate plan. Wanbao contentedly praised how delicious the food was. Sayach was unhappy. He'd known Gu Beihuai since childhood and never knew when he became such a great chef. Moreover, he just noticed Wan Bao's paper hanging on the wall, having seen Wan Bao before during a live stream. His usually ice-cold movie star friend enthusiastically prevented him from taking photos with Wan Bao and specifically sent her away to do college entrance exam questions. All these behaviors showed something was definitely off. Gu Beihuai formally instructed Saito that Nan Zianwen was still young, and he wasn't planning to confess to her yet. He didn't want her to be affected by these things and asked his childhood friend to keep his mouth shut. Thinking about how Wan Bao had no such thoughts now, he was really worried about Jikeo's big mouth. The best approach was like boiling a frog in warm water, slowly infiltrating her life and staying by her side. The day would come when she grew up and understood. This shocking revelation stunned Cho completely, pointing at Gu Beihuai. "I don't agree. I'll monitor you on behalf of the Brick Army. You think you're so great just because you're a superstar, internally anguished. If you dare seduce our Wambo, I'll fight you to the death." Gu Beihui calmly asked if he, as his childhood friend, could pursue the girl he liked after she came of age. Sayacho calmed down, realizing Wamba would date eventually. If it was Gu Beihui, that wouldn't be a bad choice. He cried, feeling like he'd been outmaneuvered by Gu Beihui. An hour later, Wambao came out saying she had finished a set of questions. She asked why he was alone. He said the other person had left. Gu Beihui wouldn't tell her that he had driven him away, then mysteriously said, "Come this way. I've finished the arrangement too. I want to play it for you right away," hearing that the music for her lyrics was fresh out of the oven. Wambao excitedly sat down at the piano. Gu Beihui gently opened the piano lid behind Wambao, instructing carefully. After sitting down, he secretly glanced at the focused Wambao, thinking the previous posture was somewhat intimate, though maybe he was overthinking it. When the piece ended, Wambao excitedly said, "This is exactly the feeling I wanted, it's so beautiful." Then she received Zhao Tianqing's group message announcing the girl group's variety show would start filming in 3 days, along with detailed schedules. Gu Beihui looked at her adoringly, his gaze lingering. Wamba was becoming more professional and focused on her career. He needed to suppress his feelings. However, for her first variety show appearance when encountering a thoughtless roadblock, Wamba wouldn't tolerate it. Helping the police maintain order. Early morning, Nan Xunwen rushed ahead while the assistant cameraman chased behind, shouting, "Nan, wait for us." The assistant, out of breath, said the car is already waiting. "You don't need to hurry." Nan Xunwen hadn't returned to the shared villa for days. She hadn't left with the other members and couldn't be late for the first variety show. But the exit was completely blocked with fans screaming, "I love you" to their idols. Nan Shanwan heard others complaining about why celebrities were blocking the regular exit, saying it was outrageous and they'd be late for meetings. Meanwhile, Fan Hisong, an artist from Choyo Entertainment, was enjoying his fans' attention and refusing to leave the exit. Nan Shanwan asked or finally caught up assistant who he was and why he wasn't moving. The assistant explained that Fan Hisong was Sha Lin SR, a Chenu Entertainment quite famous a few years ago, but recently he hadn't had many works. They guessed he was trying to let fans take some nice photos to generate buzz. Then they heard arguing. Police responding to calls came with megaphones to maintain order, pushing Fan Hisong to leave. He moved slowly, waiting for fans to speak up. Fans began expressing dissatisfaction with the police's actions, protesting "Don't push Brother Hisong" and "How can police hit people?" The assistant advised Miss Nan, "Let's go around." But Wambao darted forward, the cameraman exclaimed, "Wait," then she hung on. "What are you doing?" They saw Wambao coolly throw her backpack aside, one hand steadying the police who almost fell, the other grabbing Fan Hisong's collar, throwing him out like a shot put. Everyone was shocked and quickly moved aside. Wambao solemnly lectured, "A good dog doesn't block the road. Don't you know there are many people behind you?" Then dusted off her hands. People commented, "What a cool sister. Did that woman fly in?" Fan Hisong hadn't processed what happened. Just moments ago his fans had surrounded him and now he'd been thrown out. Wambao seemed to have some misunderstanding about cat petting, smoothly punishing the road-blocking dog. Then fans from both sides started arguing. "Nan Xunwen, you're just a rookie bullying your senior and you dare call Hasang a dog. Protect our Wambao, shut up. If Wambao didn't dislike fans making noise in public, I would have destroyed you already." Then Nan Xunwen took the police megaphone and shouted, "Quiet everyone. Thank you for loving me, I love you too." She pointed at Fan Hasung, but don't learn from certain people who disturb public order. The cameraman immediately live-streamed it. Nan Xiongwan's military-style management gained her another wave of loyal fans. Nan Xiongwan issued orders again. Stay quiet. Everyone leave in an orderly manner. The fans immediately responded, understood. She then returned the megaphone to the police, saying she had to leave or she'd be late. The police thanked Wan Bao for her help. Turning to Fan Hizung, they said, please come with us. Fan Esung said he'd cooperate but showed no remorse. He already had a scheme in mind. He definitely used this opportunity while the girl group was here to create publicity for himself. That night, Wambo and her teammates finished dinner and found a cat cafe. They all rushed into pet cats. Only Wambo stood watching from the side. While petting cats, Zheshek curiously asked, are you allergic to cat fur? You've been standing there for over 10 minutes. Wambo said she wasn't allergic, just observing. Just then, a black cat leisurely walked by. Suddenly, it was picked up, startling the cat whose fur puffed up as it meowed. Wambo and the black cat made eye contact, so cute. I want to sit on it, Zhesha was confused. Is this how you show love? The livestream comments exploded, joking that while others hugged cats, she scooped them up. Then they heard the cafe owners say she would definitely pay the rent, begging the landlord for a few more days. Plus, there was a cat-killing psychopath in the area who hadn't been caught yet. Nan Xingwan was distracted and the black cat escaped. Wanbao turned her attention to the owner. What's wrong with your shop? The female owner embarrassingly explained that the landlord wanted to raise the rent to force her out. The shop was struggling. She could return her hometown but looked at the stray cats in the shop. But then they might have nowhere to go or bad people might. Wandao's expression became serious. The little system suddenly appeared with a ding. So pitiful, as a fellow creature I empathize, Wandao retorted, aren't you a dog? Why are you here? The little system blinked, of course, to issue a mission. Optional random mission, save the cat cafe, reward 1 wristwatch. Note, this is a side mission optional. Wanbao decided to accept it, thinking the electricity would be cut off otherwise. She comforted the owner, don't worry. Pointing to her group members, she confidently said, we'll help you. Wanbao's unique way of petting cats. The girl group in action to save a cat cafe. Heavenly Girls appearing, Gadanshan's sweetly hosting. Everyone, the first Heavenly Girls group internal singing competition live stream is in progress. Support your favorite by voting. Zhezhe's charity merchandise is at shop link 1. To support Deng Sinan, choose link 2. Facing accusations from haters about being paid, Gadanshan held a cat saying, we're just helping those in need. The cat cooperatively meowed in agreement. A moment later, the cat cafe owner said, thank you all so much. The crafts in my shop's live stream sold out completely. Even the pet food brand P2 sent private messages offering to support us. You're using my account for live streaming really helped me out of this urgent situation. Thank you all so much. Wambao smiled. We all love these cats. She then turned and seriously started writing with her pen. In her mind, she was composing the next new song for the album, looking at the cat's various adorable poses. Wambao's gaze unconsciously softened. Good on, Xian called to the focused Wambao, saying it was her turn. Zhezhe curiously asked what she was writing. Wambao sat down with her guitar, then she hummed a beautiful melody. Comments immediately flooded in saying how beautiful it was, how perfect for rainy days, and how the melody was absolutely amazing. Wandao's expression was gentle, her tone soft. Other group members were amazed that in such a short time she created such a beautiful song. Comments called her Heaven's chosen girl. As the song ended, everyone was still immersed in the gentle voice, the lingering melody. The group members all wanted to vote for her. With a ding, the little system appeared. Congratulations, host, on completing the cat cafe rescue. You've earned a watch worth 780,000. It will be delivered later. Meanwhile, Gu Beihuai was also watching Wanbao's live stream. The song was indeed beautiful, and he was looking forward to the finished product. He screenshot many beautiful photos of Wanbao, discovering her love for cats. He had already decided what gift to get her. The driver asked, boss, after the meeting in Quan Kai, what's your schedule? Straight back to the company, Gu Beihuai smiled slightly, deciding to stay a few more days. Heavenly Girls Group's first live stream debut showcased charity work saving the cat cafe. Wambao created another new song, warm and gentle. In the following days, Heavenly Girls Group visited Quan Kai's famous panda sanctuary. They ate viral super spicy hot pot. They also went to an escape room where everyone screamed and hid behind Wambao. On the ancient street in the morning, Wambao ate contentedly. Everyone knew they had to let Wambao eat her fill before the party. Then they heard Nan Xiangwan, what a coincidence. It was the annoying he sang, who put on what he thought was a sunny smile and said, we're also filming here. Didn't expect to run into you all. He moved closer to Wanbao, trying to get familiar. Wanbao felt sick seeing him, her appetite ruined. Dodging his dirty hand, she asked, "Who are you?" Comments formed two camps. One cursing fan has sung shameless behavior, the other saying Brother Hisong is just being friendly. Facing the group's live stream camera, he started introducing himself. Fans started criticizing him for cloud chasing. When he tried to greet Junior Xiaoling, Nan Shayan directly blocked him with a lunchbox, saying, "Excuse me." When throwing away garbage, Fan Hisong got in her face, saying, "Just call me senior brother." Wambao ignored him and said, "Okay, teacher Fan." Xiaoling complained to everyone that Fan Hisong was a creep who always harassed juniors using his senior status. Recently, he wanted to create a CP with her, but she refused. Everyone comforted Ling Zhezhe, then called everyone to get in the car. As Wambao walked to the van, Fan Hisong shamelessly said, "Our crew woke up late. I'm free now, I'll join you all." But the crew said the car was full, no seats left. They quickly closed the door and drove away. Fan Hasong acted like he didn't mind, saying, "It's fine, I'll take another car." He thought, "Won't let me tag along, I'll force my way in and get famous again." Moments later, the Heavenly Show crew directly sent Fan Hasong back to his hotel. Fan Hasong's face darkened. "Weren't we going to Heavenly's next filming location?" He realized they hadn't lost the car. They deliberately sent him back. The crew just smiled, "You should get some rest." To be fair, Fan Hasong was mentally strong, thinking there's no rush. As long as he got attention before the show ended. He secretly cursed them as lowly brats, thinking, "Just wait to use me, your senior, as a stepping stone." A D-list celebrity rushing towards a flame. He tried various ways to chase after the girl group for attention, grabbing female artists trying to create fake relationships. For the next 2 days, Fan Hasson lingered like a ghost. These coincidences were so obvious even fools could see his intentions, pretending to run into them, always trying to get in front of Heavenly's live stream camera. At the real person CS base, everyone was having a great time. The paintball guns were more powerful than water guns. The mines they buried were sensor activated. Staff reminded everyone to wear protective gear. Everyone felt like they were wearing bulletproof vests. Only Wan Bao took a rifle as if finding her beloved possession. She recalled her previous days when many weapons were like living things. Gently stroking every part of the rifle, though it was just a game, she would take it seriously. Then they heard an annoying voice. What a coincidence, it was that past fan has sung again. The comments couldn't stand it anymore. "This is ridiculous. He's used up all his lifetime's worth of coincidences." Fan Hisung and actor Hua In had just finished their side shoot. Acting familiar with Wan Bao, he suggested a competition. "I'm a veteran player, but I won't go easy. Don't say Big Brother is bullying you, sisters." His hands tried to touch Shaylin again. Shaylin looked at her creepy senior with disgust and quickly ran away. Fan Hyusung turned to Yungxian saying, "This gun is too heavy for you." Yungxian dodged away in disgust. Shamelessly, Fan Hyusung turned to Gudongxian saying intimately, "Dongxian, do you want some guidance? Your success rate is so low anyway." Gudongxian pretended not to hear. He turned and reached out to adjust Zhezhe's gun holding position, saying, "Zhezhe, your elbow position isn't quite right." Fans in the comments cursed, "I'm going to be sick. Stop getting close to our girls." He's trying to create fake relationships with female artists again. He thinks he's some big shot just as he was about to touch Zhezhe's elbow. A rifle barrel pushed his hand away, then forced him to step back. It was Wambo. She coldly said, "Teacher Fan, if our form isn't correct, we'll ask the instructor." Coolly raising her gun, hand on hip, she lectured, "Don't you know to leave professional matters to professionals?" The man was arrogant and conceited, looking down on the girl group member's accuracy, but was immediately put in his place by sharpshooter Wambao. Wambao schooled Fan Hisong that they didn't need his help. All the group members nodded in agreement. Hisong put on an act of being overeager, saying that because of his years of gun hobby, he couldn't help but correct newcomers' mistakes. Hawaiian couldn't stand it anymore and called out, "Hassan, let's go back to our own area." But Hassan pretended not to hear, still enthusiastically asking Nan Xingwan, "How's your shooting score?" "Pretty good, right?" Meanwhile, while Yuan pulled at Hassan, the show's director was furious. "Our group has rejected countless collaborations. Yet Fan Hisong is great at coincidentally chasing millions of views." Hisong's show director trembled, trying to save face, saying he had tried to stop him, but he wouldn't listen. He told Huado to calm down, saying they would make it up to them later. The show's why Yuan warned, if you can't control your guest, don't try to manage any problems that arise later. Huado ignored Fan Hisong. She turned to aim at the human-shaped target. Fan Hisong watched her approach and rolled his eyes. Young girls always try to show off. Wait until the recoil makes her look foolish. Huan Dao's eyes were sharp at that moment. Bang, a shot rang out, hitting the bullseye, then she reloaded in a split second. 3 more consecutive shots. The girl group members excitedly shouted, I want marry me, but the instructor shouted again once more. Zhezha told everyone to practice on their own and not disturb at one. Hassan kept chattering nearby, ask more questions. Watch how skilled people play, don't just figure it out blindly. The crying instructor said, wait, you hit a flying sparrow at an even greater distance. Fan Hisong froze, hoping his earlier words hadn't been broadcast. The instructor was stunned, asking, have you trained before? That's like hitting a building-sized target. 100% accuracy. Are you some kind of special forces soldier? The comments were all mocking Fan Hisong, someone with a 30% hit rate trying to teach Wambo with 100% accuracy and Zhezha with 35%. How presumptuous. Then Wambo turned and walked away, not wanting to look at the eyesore. Fan Hisong struggled. Wait, I have an idea. Wambo glanced at him as he suggested, how about our two production teams compete? 2 teams, 5 people each. The losing side has to grant one wish from the winners. He continued tempting, consider it a fan service. The D-list male star constantly tried to gain attention, shamelessly wanting to appear with the girl group members. Proposing a competition without shame, Hueyuan angrily stepped forward. Our production team didn't plan this. Thinking Fan Haisung was going too far, wanting to use the girl group as a stepping stone. Long Xiangwan held back Hueyuan, who was about to step forward. She readily agreed with a fine. We accept the challenge. Inside, she was delighted to finally have a chance to beat him up. The challenge began, drones filmed from high above. With lightning speed, Wang Bao led the girl group to find the best hiding spot. Fan comments noted that if the leaves weren't moving, they would think their internet had frozen. Questioning what Fan Hisong was doing, wasn't he the one who provoked this? Then they went silent. The girl group members whispered, Fan Hisong is really annoying. Chasing clout and putting us down, our drone is still filming. Shu and Juan is trying to listen for positions. But we can't hear anything. Juan Bao glanced over, there are footsteps. But they're very light. Juan Bao prepared to snipe. That's the sound of breaking twigs. Someone's walking quickly up ahead. They weren't trying to hide it all. It was Fan Hisong, full of confidence, looking down on the 5 girl group members, saying we'll definitely get there before them. Then we'll ambush and take them down in one go. His teammate Hua Ing was more cautious. Seeing Fan Hisong's smug expression, he warned, I think you should step more lightly. Fan Hisong didn't listen at all. He deliberately suggested this game just to appear on screen with the Heavenly Girl group. While chasing Cloud, he also wanted to teach them a lesson for always ignoring him. Confidently raising his gun, thinking bullets are blind and guns show no mercy, his smug expression hadn't even faded. Bang, his leg was hit by a shot. Though it was just a paintball, the impact was significant. He had been ambushed. He hadn't even gone a show off in the game, he arranged himself. He shouted at the drone, getting hit in the calf doesn't count as elimination, right? Secretly cursing these women for being so devious, it hurts like how Hawaiian quickly hid. Fan Hyusung shamelessly said, if you don't respond, I'll take that as agreement. Let's set a rule, 3 hits count as elimination. Gu Donchin was furious and wanted to stand up to argue about his unfairness. Bad at playing but desperate for attention. Shot down with 1 bullet right after starting, making up rules while playing such a cheater. The film star unintentionally saved his life. Vambo comfort Dia Dongxiang, whispering that he just wanted them to expose their position. Keep aiming at this shameless jerk, no merci bang 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 fasat. The first shot hit Fan Hisong's other calf. The second shot hit his left chest area. When Fan Hyusung turned to counterattack, the third shot hit his right thigh. The production team immediately announced blue team's Fan Hyusung eliminated. Fan Hyusung looked on in disbelief. Wandao high-fived her teammates in celebration. The production team continued, saying to remove him from the game area to avoid accidental hits from other players. Teammates praised AWAN for being so cool. The comments were full of praise too. WNBOW is so accurate, they mocked Fan Hisong. Practice cheating more, got taken down by 3 shots, now not making a sound when getting hit. After the match, HWAN generously praised them, telling WNBOW you're all amazing, especially you. Have you really never practiced shooting before? Wanbao replied, no, I have it, you're amazing too. The girl group members sincerely praised teacher Hwang, you're too modest. Most of the pain on us is from your shots. They also praised Wanbao. Awan, when you hit teacher Hwang, you also hit another person. I was stunned. You're like a master marksman. Those bang 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 sounds it right in my heart. Fan Hisong, still treating his swollen wounds nearby, was filled with regret. Originally, he wanted to create a CP with the most popular Wanbo, hoping the fake romance could become real. Underage would definitely trend. He glanced fiercely at the trending topics, but this one didn't pay attention to him and concentrated fire on him instead. How dare a newcomer disrespect a senior like this? He had to get back at her. Fan Hasson immediately stepped forward with open arms, enthusiastically saying, "You're all chatting so happily, include me too? I wasn't serious before. Plus, our team needs someone with a high hit rate. Let's have another round with the instructor." That restless hand was about to touch Wanbao. She cursed internally, ready to break his wrist. But before she could act, Fan Hasson's arm was grabbed firmly. He cried out in pain. Someone asked, short on people. It was Gu Beihuai who moved close to Fan Hasson. His tone broke no argument, then I'll fill in. The queen had descended on the show to help Wanbao deal with the scumbag. Gu Beihuai guessed Wanbao was like a firecracker. Gu Beihuai said, "Am I qualified to be your opponent?" He released his grip on Fan Hisong. Fan Hisong stumbled backward in fear, stammering, "To Teacher Gu, why are you here?" He was in so much pain. How could this actor's grip be so strong? Gu Beihuai originally didn't want to disturb Wanbao's team life, but he hadn't expected this scumbag to keep pestering them like a lingering ghost. Shameless. He had no choice but to come and give him a shot. He took the rifle from the instructor's hands. Thinking about how his friend's eye is, he was also angry watching the live stream. He had already started preparing to use someone's inappropriate behavior as an example for a criminal psychology class to raise women's awareness against harassment. He said, "Let's begin." Fan Hasong felt intimidated and could only say, "The opponents are too weak. They're just cannon fodder, you won't enjoy playing with them." Gu Beihuai completely ignored him and only asked Wanbao, "Can I join you?" Wanbao beamed with joy. "Comrade, why are you here?" Gu Beihuai just said he was passing by. The bullet comments were already shipping them. So sweet. Fan Hasong completely ignored on the side, watched their harmonious atmosphere and lost his basic facial expression control. The girl group members welcomed Gu Beihuai to the red team since Wanbao was familiar with the actor. They let Wanbao and actor Gu play freely without minding the others. The game began with Gu Beihuai and Wanbao fighting side by side, focusing intently. The blue team with the instructor's addition had strong hiding skills. The two hadn't found their hiding spots yet and their vision was somewhat limited. Wanbao confidently said, "I have an idea." Before Gu Beihuai could ask, Wanbao vanished in a flash. Gu Beihuai was dumbfounded. Was Wanbao a firecracker? In 3 swift moves, she climbed up to a high tree branch, instantly gaining a broader view. She spotted Fan Hasong nervously hiding far away, then started making gestures to Gu Beihuai from the tree. With animated gestures, she indicated 2 people at northwest and due east, 5 meters away. Fan Hasong is beyond 30 meters range. Too cowardly, he's nothing. Gu Beihuai carefully watched each of Wanbao's gestures. At this moment, Wanbao realized she hadn't arranged signals with her comrade beforehand. He probably wouldn't understand. Then came 2 shots. Bang, bang. The production team announced 2 blue team members eliminated. The eliminated players wondered how they were discovered. Gu Beihuai proudly gave Wanbao a thumbs up, praising her accurate information. Wanbao was also extremely excited. A comrade is truly a comrade. He really understood the two collaborated again on the battlefield. True comrades who could trust each other with their backs. The Emperor and Firecracker Wanbao were in perfect sync. A song rose in their hearts. The scumbag picked on the weak. Wanbao gave him a big beating. Fan Hasong trembled in fear. Was the base instructor's level this poor? Eliminated right at the start, hiding behind a thick tree trunk, not daring to move. He secretly cursed Gu Beihuai for being crazy, targeting him along with Nan Xingwan. He just wanted to gain some attention. If he didn't want to get hit, he could only hide until time ran out. But suddenly there was an O from behind. Had he been discovered, he raised his rifle and started spraying at the source of the sound. Wanbao leaped up looking magnificent. An aerial sniper shot, imposing presence. When Fan Hasong turned around hearing the sound, Wanbao's gun was aimed at his head. Bang, a direct hit to his forehead. Fan Hasong fell with a cry of Aya as beeping sounds started. Bang, Fan Hasong triggered a landmine and exploded on the spot. The bullet comments applauded enthusiastically. This coordination is perfect. Wanbao smiled at Fan Hasong and said, "Guess why we didn't eliminate you first?" Fan Hasong couldn't believe it. "Did you deliberately lure me into the minefield?" Wanbao and Gu Beihuai were like intimate friends with perfect chemistry. Gu Beihuai secretly watched Wanbao, recalling her magnificent aerial sniper shot that was dazzling even in the night. A melody and lyrics rose in his heart. Evening wind carries rain north, yearning south. Tall trees embrace his moonlit night. Everyone laughed joyfully as the match ended. Red team won 5 o'clock. Wanbao and Gu Beihuai fist bumped, celebrating their pleasant cooperation. Fan Hasong, covered in dirt and bruises, stood up. Suppressing his anger with nowhere to vent, his eyes were venomous. Seeing Wen Xiao approaching, Fan Hasong put on a friendly facade. "Which company are you from?" Wen Xiao replied unsuspectingly. Epin Entertainment. Fan Hyusung sneered, oh, never heard of such a small company. Fan Hyusung raised his rifle and aimed at Wang Xiao's wrist, firing a shot. Wang Xiao fell to his knees in pain with a cry. The instructor snatched the rifle from Fan Hasong, demanding, what are you doing? Fan Hasong had noticed before shooting that no drone was in the area. He thought if he couldn't deal with those two stars, at least he could handle this small fry. Wang Xiao rubbed his painful wrist, thinking as the drone flew over that he had no chance to retaliate. The girl group members surrounded and criticized Fan Hisong. The game is over. Why did you shoot when she? How despicable. Fan Hisong desperately defended himself. Don't spread rumors, I didn't do anything. Suddenly bang, the drone was shot down. Fan Hisong was startled. What? A sudden kick to his chest sent him flying into a large tree. Before he could recover, a powerful punch whistled through the air, hitting the tree next to his ear. Huan Bao's expression was solemn, her eyes frighteningly cold. In an icy voice, she warned, try touching my teammate again. Huan Bao's fist smashed into the tree beside him again. The thick tree tilted from the impact and Fan Hasong fainted from fear. The drone slowly rose again and resumed recording. The live stream exploded with viewers speculating what happened during the blackout. Wambao reminded everyone the losers still have to grant one wish to the winners. That night, Season 5 apologized to the team, saying it was the production team's fault for letting a scumbag in, and decided to cancel filming on the last day to let everyone relax. They assured that the company would hold Fan Hisung accountable. The girl group members discovered that someone had already turned Fan Hisung's actions into a cautionary tale to raise women's awareness about self-protection. It was trending. Wanbao's original song was fresh off the press. The small system reward was unexpected, the miserable scumbag eyes glowing green. Wambao grabbed Gu Beihuai, inviting him to return to G Mansion after the show. Gu Beihuai was delighted by Wambao's initiative. Wondering if she had feelings for him too, Gu Beihuai agreed with an indulgent smile. Wambao was excited, thinking about relying on this comrade for the college entrance exam sprint. After the exam, she would definitely cooperate well with Namb Entertainment to help this comrade earn more money. A light drizzle began falling from the sky. Teammates called out, quick, let's go. Hey Swan, it's raining. A sudden inspiration struck Huan Bao's mind. Rain can, she had a new idea. Gu Beihuai looked at the dazed Huan Bao and asked, what's wrong? Huan Bao suddenly grabbed Gu Beihuai's hand. They started running joyfully in the rain. Gu Beihuai felt his heart skip a beat, wondering what was happening. In the guest house living room, when the teammates returned, Gu Beihuai was holding a cup of water while Wambao was writing frantically beside him, absorbed in whatever she was creating. Gu Beihuai smiled, explaining that she had been writing a song since they returned while he sat quietly beside her. Soon, Wambao completed the full version of Raincat with BGM. The song was entirely her original creation, fresh off the press. Wambao picked up the guitar. She played and sang softly. In the rainy alley with blue walls, cold tiles faced the sky. Amita, cat in the rain, you and I drink tea. Her voice was gentle, the melody cheerful and pleasant. Wambao was immersed in her performance. To Gu Beihuai's ears, it brought a sense of small, certain happiness. The teammates were excited, praising it as amazing and eager to record the song soon. Gu Beihuai handed Wambao a glass of milk, complimenting how gentle the song was. It's midnight already, drink this and go to sleep. Wambao took the warm milk, feeling both tired and thirsty. After saying thanks and taking a big sip, a ding sounded. The small system appeared. Host, this title track is perfect. Congratulations on completing the task. Reward, 30 sets of college entrance exam mock papers. Wanbao nearly spat blood in frustration, struggling frantically. What kind of reward is this? You crazy dog. But right after struggling, she fell into deep sleep, stunning her teammates and Gu Beihuai. Gentle 3 seconds ago, then suddenly cursing and now fast asleep. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Fan Hyusung shouted, I was kicked into like cough blood. How can this be a no-injury certificate? You question the doctor. And why do the show producers, Namb and Huen, all have this assessment report? The doctor explained he was just following hospital procedures and knew nothing else. He kept refreshing online information. His posts about playing victim and holding tea on main girl group accountable were criticized by over 200,000 people. He became a negative example for raising women's safety awareness. The show producers were pursuing accountability for the negative news he caused. Moreover, he received lawyer letters from HWA, Wan, and Nambe. It's all Wan's fault. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in such a miserable state. His eyes were venomous. He wouldn't give up like this. He must drag down Tian Ming girl group, then footsteps approached. It was Yoon Xiao, the top agent from Chengdong Entertainments. Was he coming to terminate the contract? The scumbag and schemer began to collaborate on causing trouble. Tianming girl group's recording was going unusually smoothly, but danger lurked beneath. Fan Hyusung thought Yoon Xiao was sent by the company to terminate his contract and felt uneasy. Yin Xiao said, I got your contract before because you had many fans and good chances of a comeback. Didn't expect you'd be so good at attracting hate too. 4 commercial deals canceled, 3 variety shows rejected, 2 lawyer letters received. You're quite something. Then he added, don't worry, I brought someone Meow Manning, I'm giving you both a chance. We'll set up a live stream chat room. As for how to turn things around, it depends on your shared experiences. Fan Hyusung asked Meow Manning, you're also affected because of Nan Xungwon? Meow Manning said through gritted teeth, otherwise I would have debuted officially by now. Why would I need to team up with someone who's already been eliminated? Yoon Xiao smiled. Seems like you found your topic. Fan Hyusung asked, but how can we completely ruin their reputation? Meow Manning excitedly said, I have a good idea. After the group variety show ended, Namb Entertainment's recording studio confirmed 2 title tracks, Tianming Wilderness and Rainket. The industry's best sound engineer was somewhat hesitant, saying idols usually have questionable skill levels, like taking a whole day to record one line and acting like divas. With 8 songs total, this will be a long battle. The temporary assistant handed over a bottle of water, saying they would cooperate well with the teacher today. Wambao approached the teacher with a perfect 90-degree bow. The sound engineer was shocked. The first place winner was truly humble. Then came Tian Ming girl group's surprisingly professional performance. The recording went exceptionally smoothly. Almost no adjustments were needed. 7 songs were recorded in one take. The sound engineer excitedly praised, you're all fantastic. It's been so long since I've had such a satisfying recording session. Zhezhe and teammates asked Wambao, the difficulty of Wilderness is so high. Are there any techniques? Wambao explained. Wilderness doesn't need advanced singing techniques, just wild shouting, fighting alongside comrades. Life and death, thrilling moments. Imagine the cruelty of war must rise up and resist. Teammates asked, what about the later part? Later is about an old war horse lying low. Beauty fading with age, retreating to the mountains with regret. These emotions are so rich. While everyone was discussing enthusiastically, the temporary assistants secretly took out their phone, sending WeChat messages to Kingdong Entertainment's top aging Yun Xiao, recording everything, opening up the balcony for food. The movie star getting needlessly jealous, mistaking a dog for a rival. After recording, Wambao returned to Jigong Mansion and followed the aroma to Gu Beihuai's home. King Gu prepared a table full of delicacies to reward Wanbao. He helped remove a leaf stuck in Wanbao's hair. He could tell she had taken her unusual route, climbing over the balcony again. He suggested, let's put a door between our balcony gardens. It'll be more convenient for you to come over for meals. Then thought maybe that was too forward, but Wambao thought it was a great idea. Although climbing wasn't troublesome, having a door would be better, Gu Beihuai said indulgently. Let's eat first. After the meal, Wambao suddenly remembered something and asked, where's your childhood friend? Gu Beihuai nervously explained, who told you that? I don't have a childhood friend. Wambao said, the one you cornered last time. Gu Beihuai awkwardly explained, we're both straight guys. He has a girlfriend, a police officer. Anyway, let's do some exercises. Wambao's face immediately fell right. She had 30 sets of practice tests from Gyuzi that she hadn't finished yet. Gu Beihuai's heart trembled. Who is this Gyuzi? Wambao's admirer. How did someone steal her heart so quickly? He tried desperately to calm himself down. Wambao didn't even have time for dating. How about I help you review the practice tests? Wambao was surprised. Can you really? She immediately grabbed Gu Beihuai and walked to the balcony, saying, let's go to my place now. Help me review thoroughly. At Wambao's home, she went to get water for Gu Beihuai. Gu Beihuai looked around for clues, determining that this Gyuzi had never been to her home. Then Wambao brought him a drink, an ice-carbonated beverage. She thought she should stock some tea at home. Then she asked specifically how to review the tests. Gu Beihuai froze. This scene felt familiar. He emanated a certain aura of authority. Then Wambao took out a test paper saying before reviewing, could you explain this, and this to me? Gu Beihuai came back to his senses saying, sure, no problem. After explaining, Wambao wrote furiously. Gu Beihuai thought, now Wambao's focus is all on the college entrance exam. He couldn't let her get distracted. After the exam, he could compete fairly with that Gyuzi. Then he spotted a box labeled with Gyuzi as the sender. Pretending to be casual, he asked, did you order something online? Wombat didn't look up, just saying those were practice tests from Gyuzi. Gu Beihuai casually shoved the box under the sofa, thinking out of sight, out of mind. Having him was enough for Wombat. The album recording was recorded by a spy. Scandals emerged one after another. Movie star Gu missed up Guzi as a love rival, harmlessly helping Wambao review tests. A week later, Wambao's phone rang. Gu Beihuai said, "It's your Tiananmen group video call. Your first album is releasing today, you're too calm." Wambao was still doing practice tests, saying she was too busy to be nervous. Gu Beihuai picked up her phone saying, "Take a break, look." There were 99 unread messages, including some international ones. On the video call, her teammates were excited. "Juan, you've finally appeared. Our Wilderness is #1 on all platform daily charts." Her teammates eagerly said, "Originally our new group had no fame, but King Gu helped by sharing it, saying he participated in the arrangement. It even pushed his chart-topping Sword Dance down." Gu Beihuai said, "I did participate in the production." Wanbao gratefully said, "Thanks anyway." Wanbao opened the comments to see fans' reactions, but found a bunch of her own memes instead. Breaking bricks barehanded, wild dancing and jumping around. Wanbao was confused. What kind of style is this? Gu Beihuai laughed until his stomach hurt. Then they saw a flood of negative posts trending. Biggest entertainment scandal of the year. Tianming girl group's debut rigged. Nan Xiaowen get out of entertainment. Wan Bao's expression turned solemn. Gu Beihuai was extremely upset, wondering who would stoop so low. The girl group members sent Wan Bao a link. The source of the scandal was Meow Manning and Fan Hisung's variety show livestream. The comments were completely one-sided, obviously, from paid trolls. "They deliberately smeared us right when our new song was released." Gubehi picked up Wanbao's phone to look. It really was these two people. How do they end up together? In the interview, the host highly praised their new song, seeing Tiananmen girl group's Wilderness at #1. A former girl group contestant was still praising. "Everyone is so amazing." But Meow Manning grabbed the microphone. She righteously said, "Everyone should have had a chance to debut." The host flattered, "Your ranking was also very high. If you had another chance, do you think you would debut?" Meow Manning shook her head, still wouldn't. The host feigned shock. Meow Manning acted pitiful because I wasn't pre-selected. The host watched the sobbing Meow Manning and speculated, "You mean it was predetermined?" The show was rigged, scumbag and snake woman exposing secrets on livestream, specifically targeting Tianming girl group's album release time. Little did they know they were shooting themselves in the foot. Fan Hisung pretended to comfort. "I heard about it too. You wanted to help Nan Xingwan, but she didn't appreciate it. Turns out it's because you weren't her companion." Pretending to ponder, no wonder their relationship looks so close. Hasn't only been a few days since they formed. They were all ordinary. Meow Manning pressed on and getting 3 million votes in just minutes for first place. How is that possible? They claim their new album is all original, but during the group show, they were just playing around. When did they write anything? Wanda put down her cards, telling teammates, "Don't worry. I'll handle this." Meanwhile, as Nan Shanwan's top supporter, Gu Beihuai was being frantically called in the group. Late announcements were useless. Gu Beihuai remained calm, assuring everyone to control the comments. Those 3 million votes were because Wambao's last song, the esports theme song, was a huge hit. Top streamers led the voting. He would contact them to clarify. Looking back at Wambao, she really was extraordinary, staying calm enough to keep practicing. Feeling sorry for Wambao, he needed to resolve this quickly. He didn't know Wambao was gripping her pen so hard it nearly broke. The angry Guzi appeared, issuing tasks to counter the negativity and eliminate bad influences. Repeatedly interrupted, Huan Bao impatiently said, "Chung Shwe and Zhao Tianqing are already handling it, irritably preparing to make soup out of Guzi someday." She stood up abruptly, then called Ching Shwe, giving instructions step by step, then confirming the rumor monger's location. Put on her coat and baseball caps, the other side asked, "Boss, what are you doing?" Wanda picked up her bag, coolly saying, "I'll behave," then casually walked out. Gu Beihuai quickly got dressed too. Wondering what was in that bag, was she going to settle scores directly? Meow Manning and Fan Hisung were still celebrating. The scandal was spreading wildly, dominating the trending topics. Thankful for Yoon Xiao, who specially arranged their live stream during the first album release. Then Yoon Xiao called. The two expecting praise were instead harshly scolded. "You two have caused big trouble, all future appearances are cancelled. You'll be notified about breach of contract procedures." The two stared at each other in shock. Completely unexpected, Fan Hasson cried out. "What does this mean? Is my entertainment career over?" Their crying was interrupted by cheers of Nan Xingwan. Nan Xingwan, the terrified pair, turned toward the door simultaneously. Was Tiananmen girl group attacked by trolls? True, eco-friendly, strategically planned live stream confrontation. Found a busy commercial street with high foot traffic. The company had arranged everything. As for those troll smears, he planned to prove them wrong with real ability, set up the live stream equipment. Nearby crowds heard the beautiful singing. Some immediately recognized it as Tianming girl group's new song. People took out phones to record. This girl looks good and sings well. Wambao suddenly heard a female harmony accompaniment, turned to see her ally Gu Beihuai cooperating. They exchanged knowing looks and began singing together. More and more onlookers gathered, analyzing the melody, noting the live arrangement. Amazing, as the song ended, Wambao and Gu Beihuai high-fived simultaneously. This feeling was wonderful. At this moment, Gu Beihuai gave Wambao a familiar feeling, like the military advisor who risked his life with her in a past life. They performed all songs from the album. Wanbao's target person appeared at the commercial street, that former world #1 ABC champion who had led esports fans to give Wanbao 3 million votes. Since he never accepted any company-level contact, they had to find him here to counter the negativity. Jin Dugong passed by and heard the song Wanbao sang during advancement. Turned back in surprise, it really was his idol. Nan Xiangwan's live version seemed more powerful than on stage. Like a victorious general returning again, Jin excitedly called her name. Onlookers discussed how this talent couldn't possibly match the online rumors. Poor Chow Mao, I'll post her performance to prove it. Wambao gracefully said, hope everyone will support Tianming girl group. Gu Beihuai secretly praised Wambao's performance, naturally getting real feedback from passers-by, reversing false claims. The official account also released behind-the-scenes creation footage. Numerous Brick fans, esports fans, and cat cafe lovers joined in correcting the public opinion. Dang, the small system appeared. Congratulations, host, on completing the feedback task. Rewarded with an antique piano worth $3.22 million. Before Wambao could celebrate, hearing she was live streaming, her fan army came rushing. Wambao quickly grabbed Gu Beihuai. They fled swiftly to the mansion's roadside, both relieved to have finally escaped their fans' enthusiastic pursuit. Wambao thought about the college entrance exam, suddenly feeling time was running short. Gu Beihuai patted Wambao gently, encouraging, you'll definitely be fine. Wambao vaguely agreed, thinking if others had said this, she would have felt they were just saying it casually. But hearing it from Gu Beihuai, she truly believed she would be fine. Gu Beihuai had a secret about Nan Xiangwan. Jaigong was managing Gu Beihuai's home, chatting with childhood friends. Gu Beihuai impatiently asked, what do you want? I'm busy, Zhichou complained. What are you busy with? Busy being my Huan Bao as accompanist. Ryual, one of Gu Beihuai's childhood friends. I checked that Nang Xingyuan is a newly debuted idol, also from Huanuan. Lao Zi, another of Gu Beihuai's childhood friends, teased respectfully, you're too bold. Aren't celebrities supposed to avoid suspicion? She's just an idol, Sayach, and I follow. I just helped out when needed. Sayach said sarcastically, right, in Neighbors too. Luo Wei respectfully added, your neighbor's situation seems a bit ambiguous. Gu Beihuai automatically blocked out his childhood friend's teasing, keenly noticing the sound of the door opening. Nan Xiangwan came over, I'm back, I'm hungry. The company matters are settled. Not only solved, I also received from Doggy what's claimed to be a rare antique piano worth at least 20 million. James Mann. The three on the other end heard a girl's voice. Before they could ask, Gu Beihuai hung up, I'll cook right away. Gu Beihuai skillfully started cooking. Nan Xianwen chatted beside him, trying to distract herself. Only half a month left for the final sprint. I still need to finish the practice papers you and Doggy gave me. All right, I need to return to Suzhou City for the exam. I should stay home 2 days before the exam. Gu Beihuai, clearly used to such interactions, replied softly, and my no. I've arranged some new practice papers for you. Before finishing, suddenly Gu Beihuai's phone buzzed with a message. A smile immediately appeared on Gu Beihuai's face. The 3 previously ordered cat-like kittens were born. He quickly replied he'd take them all. They'd be 3 months old by Little Wolf's birthday. Perfect timing for a surprise. Nan Xianwen leaned closer. What's up? What message made you so happy? Made some money? Gu Beihuai put away his phone, looking at Nan Xianwen with a gentle smile. With a mysterious air, it's a secret for now. You'll be very happy in a while. Half a month remained until Nan Xianwen's college entrance exam. Under Gu Beihuai's guidance, Nan Xiangwan frantically practiced papers, preparing seriously. Soon came the 2 exam days. In the exam room, Nan Xiangwan wrote smoothly. She could solve most questions these 2 days and several questions. Her comrade had predicted correctly. After finishing the last subject, she sprinted out excitedly. Being physically fit and fast, her brother Nan Qiang couldn't catch up, watching her rush out the school gate, even doing a cool flip halfway. After landing steadily, confetti burst at the school gate. Colorful sparkles danced in the air. Many people surrounded the brick fans, offering flowers and blessings. A fan representative spoke, "Eco-friendly big brick. Everyone in the group came spontaneously to celebrate your exam completion. You'll definitely get into your dream university." Nan Xiong-wan kept receiving while speaking. "Thank you all, you didn't need to bring gifts." The gift box contained a brick tied with silk ribbon and a cute cat plush charm. It symbolized the mutual achievement between fans and idol. Nan Xiang-wan happily accepted it, then immediately split it with one strike. Nan Xiang-wan performed a bare-handed brick breaking. The brick fans' eyes lit up, amazing Wandao, a live brick breaking demonstration. The brick fans were orderly, cleaning up after the celebration, picking up trash bags. After the exam, Nan Xiang-wan was truly happy, eating several bowls of rice in succession. Then the phone rang. After hanging up Zhao Tianqing's schedule arrangement call before Nan Xiang-wan could catch her breath, Gu Zhang called, "Did you like the gifts from the fans?" When Nan Xiang-wan said she liked the cat charm, Gu Beihuai smiled. "Great, he likes it." Nan Xiang-wan hung up and looked up. Unexpectedly, her family was watching her vigilantly, especially Nan Chiang, whose eyes were almost shooting fire. "Sis, I won't just accept anyone." Nan Chiang-wan was confused. "Silly brother-in-law Zia Wan." Both phone calls were from male friends. "Baby, whoever you like, Mom supports you. But you must bring him home for us to see." Dad cracked his knuckles, looking ready to fight. "Dad will give him a proper welcome." Nan Xiang-wan found the scene familiar. In her previous life, when she returned with military advisor, her cousin's family and small neighbor towards military advisor had shown the same inexplicable hostility. Nan Xiang-wan almost kissed Gu Beihuai. Nan Xiang-wan smiled happily. How would Gu Zhanyo celebrate with her? Gu Beihui's handmade ice cream cake. Gu Beihuai swiftly moved. An ice cream cake, small at 7 inches, made of layered ice cream with writing wishing Nan Zianwen academic success. Gu Beihuai pushed the cake towards Nan Zianwen. "Ice cream cake made specially for you." Nan Zianwen was surprised. "You made this yourself, you can make cakes." Gu Beihuai handed her a small spoon, casually saying, "Just learned it." Nan Zianwen took out her phone to take photos. "This looks quite exquisite. Chung Shwe keeps urging me to show more. Let me take a photo for Weibo." Gu Beihuai urged, "Try it quick, the ice cream's melting." Man Shengwan suddenly stood on tiptoes, naturally hooking her arm around Gu Beihui's neck. "Since you're celebrating with me, let's take a photo together. Everyone in Tianming does this. It shows our relationship." Gu Beihui's face turned red. After taking and posting the photo, Nan Xianwan was distracted by the cake. Gu Beihuai finally caught his breath, trying to calm his excited heartbeat. This little wolf cub always catches him off guard. Nan Zianwen scooped up a large piece. Oh, she stuffed in her mouth. "This cake is delicious." She was extremely satisfied, seeing her eat like this. Gu Beihuai helplessly. "Quickly grab her hand. This is pure ice cream cake. It's too cold. You need to eat it in small bites, otherwise you'll get a stomach ache." Nan Xiong-wan was unhappy. Small bites weren't her style. Gu Beihuai simply confiscated the cake, not letting her eat. "You made me this cake but won't let me eat it." "What logic is that? Hand over the cake." After speaking, Nan Xiong-wan reached for it directly. Gu Beihuai dodged with the cake. The two played around, performing a chase scene in the garden. The sudden close contact made Gu Beihuai's heart skip a beat. Nan Xiong-wan seized the chance to take back the cake, happily eating in big bites. Completely unaware of Gu Beihuai's blushing face beside her and his racing heartbeat, Gu Beihuai felt frustrated. Just now he had almost kissed her. He took out his phone, originally wanting to check Weibo to calm down. The netizens were exceptionally sharp. A few days ago, he accidentally liked a video about making ice cream cake. Although he unliked it immediately, 8 fans had already taken screenshots. Based on Nan Xiong-wan's recent Weibo post about ice cream cake, netizens deduced that the Nan Bei ship was confirmed. Danger was approaching. Let's see how Nan Xiong-wan handles this. Since Gu Beihuai made an ice cream cake to celebrate Nan Xiong-wan's completion of college entrance exams, Tianming girl group had been rehearsing for half a month. Today was the final rehearsal with the official performance tomorrow. Nan Zianwen's antique piano would be delivered at midnight for setup. After Zhao Tianqing finished talking, Cheng Shui brought legal documents against Chengdong Entertainment for Nan Zianwen to sign. The whole internet knew Kingdong Entertainment was buying negative publicity. They must make them pay huge compensation. While Nan Xiang-wan was signing, several Tianming members gathered around. They all chimed in. "Wan, make them pay until they lose their underwear." Although lawsuits were common in the industry, this time their PR efforts were ineffective. Man Shanwen keenly felt that although everything seemed smooth, something wasn't right. Man Shanwen fell into deep thought. How did Miao and Fan join forces? Their tactics against her were much smarter than before. Someone must be guiding them from the shadows. Nan Xiangwan called Zhao Tancheng. Old Zhao, keep a close watch these days. There might be rats sneaking in to cause trouble. Chengdong Entertainment was secretly plotting something. Sure enough, at midnight, Miao and Fan, unwilling to face huge compensation and unemployment risks, came to make trouble. This is that 20 million worth vintage piano that went viral online. Now Manny's eyes were vicious. If an accident happens while Tian Ming Girl Group is performing on stage, what do you think will happen? Fan and Song immediately understood the implications. Tian Ming Girl Group would collapse. Moreover, with Huan and Nan's close cooperation now, Tian Ming's collapse would deal a heavy blow to both companies. Miao Manny looked viciously at the electric drill in her hand, since Nan Xianwen is also Huan Wan's boss. If she gets injured or disfigured during tonight's performance, Fan and Song quickly caught on, then Huan Wan won't have energy to deal with Kingdong. We can make our comeback. On the day of the official performance, Nan Shengwan noticed something wrong with the sound. When she walked across the stage yesterday, it didn't make that sound. How would Nan Shengwan turn this around? Gu Beihuai visited Nan Shengwan. He brought a big bag of snacks, smiling. The snacks were mainly for the little wolf, others were just incidental. Someone suddenly shouted, "So many snacks." Nan Shengwan's eyes lit up, she was just hungry. A big bag of snacks suddenly appeared before her eyes. Nan Shanwen was delighted. How did Gu Beihuai get here? Gu Beihuai handed the big bag of snacks to Nan Shanwen. I'm here to bring everyone some comfort food. This is for you. Nan Shanwen was overjoyed, feeling sweet in her heart. Everything inside was what she loved to eat. Gu Beihuai actually mainly brought it for the little wolf. Sharing with others was just incidental. Old Zhao, don't we need one final rehearsal? Gu Beihuai asked doubtfully, is there any problem? Zhao Tianqing confidently replied, no need, I trust in your abilities. The official performance is tonight. You need to conserve energy now. Despite this, Nan Xianwen still briefly went through the process. Nan Xianwen noticed something was wrong. I walked across the stage yesterday. The sound under my feet wasn't like this. Zhao Tianqing dismissed it. Maybe you're wearing different shoes. Just as he finished speaking, Zhao Tianqing suddenly felt his feet sink. With a creak, he sank into the stage. Nan Xianwen quickly grabbed the back of his neck. Zhao Tianqing was still in shock, his feet had already gone through. Thankfully, Nan Xianwen was unusually strong. Nan Xianwen made a quick decision, paused stage work, immediately checked the stage condition and last night's surveillance footage. If it hadn't been discovered early when Tianming members gathered at the center point during their performance, an accident would definitely have occurred. Gu Beihuai appeared relaxed on the surface, praising Nan Xianwan for discovering the major safety hazard, but his hand was tightly clenched with fear and anger. Nan Xianwan was proud of the praise, saying it was just experience from her past as a general in warfare when she could distinguish subtle differences in sounds. It was child's play. Nan Xianwan understood clearly that these people must be desperate to use such underhanded methods. Gu Beihuai was relieved the little wolf wasn't hurt. I've already called the police. This is a criminal case, don't worry about the online public opinion and on-site organization, Chung Shwe said. Ensuring the stage repairs won't have any secondary issues. Nan Xianwen shook her head firmly. No need. This is Timing's first important concert, we can solve this small difficulty perfectly. Gu Beihuai appeared in a stylish outfit, a white fitted top, black pants, and a black cape coat. Those long legs gave off a perfect model vibe before Timing's stage performance. At the concert venue's VIP entrance, Gu Beihuai heard a familiar voice. It was indeed his childhood friend. Sayach gave a thumbs up thanks to your tickets, Fox. The crowd outside was so packed I almost couldn't get in. I tell you the blog post is ready to publish anytime. I heard you were dating someone earlier. Did you bring them? Seeing who came with Sayacho, Gu Beihuai was surprised. How were they childhood friends? Manpow Manta innocently said, I'm not his partner. Fox, don't make things up. Sayach raised Nan Xingwan's support sign, his face red with anger, retorting, that's right, I'm not dating anyone either. Manta just said he wanted to see Wang Bao's grace. Gu Beihuai didn't believe it. Manta was usually very busy in the Air Force. He wouldn't simply come to see celebrities, it's about time. Gu Beihuai said without further comment, let's go to the VIP box. It's about to start. Gu Beihuai had 4 childhood friends, each extraordinary. Together they were known as the 5 Warlord Tigers. Manta flew fighter jets in the Air Force. Norway commanded naval ships. Tokyo drove tanks in the army. The youngest, Sayach, was a police officer. Gu Beihuai's specially reserved 2 tickets were wasted effort. All for childhood friends remained single. Timing's first concert was packed. In an unknown corner, Miao Manny and Song mixed in with the crowd. Watching more and more audience members arrive, their eyes grew vicious. They wanted to witness Timing's downfall firsthand to make up for their recent suffering. From the start, Sayacho excitedly cheered for the little wolf on stage. Manta looked disgusted. They've sung 10 songs already. Can't you calm down for these few minutes of break? And guard Sayacho gave him the middle finger. Gu Beihuai occasionally noticed Manta constantly texting on his phone. After the little wolf's speech, Manta had been messaging someone nonstop. Seeing his expression, could it be? Gu Beihuai suddenly heard the little wolf's voice. She called his name from the stage. Nan Xiangwan had excellent crowd control. With 3 minutes until showtime, Zhao Tianqing was anxiously rushing. The stage needed 10 more minutes, but they couldn't keep fans waiting. The grand stage in Magic City began to boil with excitement as all audiences anticipated the concert's opening. As ground fireworks exploded, a figure walked onto the stage. Nan Xiangwan's long hair reflected light, her costume carrying a touch of ink wash style. Nan Xiangwan slowly walked out, dragging her black robe. The venue lit up with Nan Xiangwan's personal light sticks. Facing 20,000 audience members, Nan Xiangwan spoke, "Friends, put down your personal light sticks. Tianming is a group of 7 who emerged from 100 contestants. We fearlessly take every stage seriously. We fought our way through putting our heart and soul into every performance. Thank you for liking me. But today I don't need personal support. This is Timing's concert. Each of my teammates is excellent and deserves to be loved. Jaja is our capable leader, enough said. Gudongxian handles high notes and is quite silly. Yungxian is responsible for choreography, managing every dance in this concert. Xiao Lincher is assistant choreographer, together creating 18 dance routines. Deng Sinan is even more impressive, directly handling this stage design. In our new album of 8 songs, Joe and Zia composed 2 and wrote lyrics for 3. We work hard for the group's glory. Please look carefully at my teammates' contributions. So I don't want personal support, I want center control. As Long Xianwan finished her last sentence, the timing was perfect. The venue suddenly lit up, music started playing. It was Fertile Fields' intro. All 7 members of Tianming appeared standing on stage. They wore matching series outfits, all in non-verbal coordinated colors. The first song was the explosive Fertile Field. The atmosphere was incredibly energetic. Not a single fan remained seated. Everyone stood up in excitement. During Nan Xingwan's solo segment, she performed sword dance again. The rich emotions in Nan Xingwan's voice seemed to bring to life the sword dance MV she filmed with Gu Beihuai. Gu Beihuai hadn't expected the little wolf to sing his song. She actually sang his song. At this moment, Gu Beihuai couldn't hide the joy in his heart. Nan Xingwan called out to Gu Beihuai. Nan Xingwan's long hair was styled high on her head. Her costume was a modified hanfu. The overall color was dark reds, like dried blood that had turned black. After 10 songs, the next one was Nan Xianwen's solo. Due to the intense choreography, the stage needed at least 15 minutes for maintenance. Zhao Kaiyanqing rushed over. Nan Xianwen, we're counting on you. Your opening speech was perfect. Do it again, Nan Xianwen firmly refused. No, boosting morale only works once. Do it too much and people become numb. The effect won't be optimal. Nan Xiangwan was speechless. She only sang for 5 minutes. Was she supposed to cry for the remaining 10? As soon as Nan Xiangwan appeared, the venue erupted. Nan Xiangwan quietly watched as 20,000 people raised their right hands. Her arms were fair, creating a stark contrast against the dark red robe. 20,000 people struck as one, all eyes fixed on her. Nan Xiangwan gathered her emotions, smiled slightly, a sweet smile completely different from her previous regal stage presence. She began speaking. Today I want to thank someone. Nan Xiangwan looked at everyone with bright eyes and dropped a bombshell. Thank you, Mr. Gu Beihuai. The venue exploded. What the hell? Why are you thanking Gu Beihuai? Gu Beihuai, who was filming with his phone in the audience, was stunned. He looked up, his gaze fixed on that dark red figure on stage, as deep as blood. Nan Xingwan continued, I never thought I'd be so lucky to have a superstar's help right after debut. Mr. Gu Beihuai is like a guiding light in my life. He taught me how to survive in this industry, guided my studies, and even made me cake. The fans are going crazy. I don't want to hear this, but suddenly they caught the word cake. Oh, mystery solved. That ice cream cake was made by Gu Beihuai. At 2:03 a.m. they were together. Can I still go hunt down Gu Beihuai now? The comments were flying and the venue was in chaos. Front row fans were crying their eyes out, shouting no. They couldn't bear hearing her mention another man's name. Lan Xianwen's voice remained strong, drowning them out. Why are you crying? Smile. Lan Xianwen's voice remained strong, drowning them out. Why are you crying? Smile. Lan Xianwen looked serious. You should understand why I'm thanking Mr. Gu Beihuai. In 4 months, I grew from a novice to having 20 million fans. I've been doubted, attacked, and targeted. Mr. Gu Beihuai's support of newcomers is exemplary in the industry. His help is something I'll never forget, that's why I'm grateful. The fans fell silent. Kingu had indeed been very, very good to Nanshan Wan, good enough to make them jealous. But supporting newcomers, come on, Kingu only helped you. Nanshan Wan specifically explained, but he was too handsome. They were afraid. Nanshan Wan timed it perfectly when the fans' emotions were at their peak. Nanshan Wan raised the microphone again. It's also traditional Chinese style. Do you like traditional style? The audience cried out yes. Nan Xianwen smiled good. Then suddenly an energetic dance began as pyrotechnics exploded at the front of the stage. The prelude to sword dance was about love, a young general's promise to a maiden before going to war. Having participated in the video shooting, Nan Xianwen's emotional delivery was perfect. It felt very different from Gu Beihui's male version. The female version carried more innocent emotions. Everyone in the audience could feel that thread of emotion in the song. Many overthinking fans almost stopped breathing this song. These emotions they worried about Nan Shenhuan. For the first time, fans wished she wouldn't get so immersed in the performance. After the first verse, more instrumental elements were added. In the original video, this part showed the heroine being forced into a wedding sedan. Lan Xianwen's voice became slightly hoarse and shrill, and the tempo increased.